Now remember, Newton realized that Aristotle was wrong and force was not necessary to maintain motion. So let's plug in our 9.8 meters per second squared as A, and we get force, Earth gravity, equals mass times 9.8 meters per second. So we can see that MA equals mg, and what do we know from this?
We know that Newton was a really smart cookie. Oh, is that where fig Newtons come from?
What is a force?
A push or pull upon an object resulting from the object's interaction from another object.
Contact force is a force that acts at the point of contact with another object.
Field force. A force that can exist between objects, even in the absence of physical contact between the object.
In soccer, the forces that act upon a soccer ball are gravity, applied force, friction, and normal force.
Newton's first law.
What is inertia? Inertia is object's resistance to turn. In NASCAR, inertia is felt when the car is on a tight turn. This happens because the sense of being pulled outward is inertia. It's a feeling, not a force. The car is at rest when it has 0 miles per hour, no acceleration or change in velocity. Constant velocity in NASCAR. This happens when the car is moving at 35 miles per hour or any type of speed limit and can be on cruise control. The speed does not change and the direction does not change as well. In NASCAR, no acceleration. This happens when the vehicle is not turning, not braking, and not pressing on the gas pedal. In NASCAR, a balanced forces. That means all the forces are balanced. The force of gravity and normal, when the car is turning and also when the car is friction.
Newton's second law.
Net forces. The amount of unbalanced force.
Acceleration inversely proportional to mass. When mass goes up, acceleration goes down.
There is reduced friction when the bowling ball goes over the waxed floor. The person to make the bowling ball move applies a force which is called an applied force. Gravity keeps the ball down and normal is the weight of the ball.
This is net force.
In bowling, this happens because it's easier when the ball is lighter, harder when heavier. Acceleration is greater when the ball is lighter, vice versa.
In bowling, this pertains because the acceleration is indirectly proportional to its mass.
Newton's third law. Action-reaction pairs. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Equal and opposite forces. The force the bat experiences is equal to the force the ball experiences when the player swings the bat.
Why don't they cancel out? Action-reaction forces don't cancel out because the object with the smaller mass experiences a greater acceleration.
Projectile motion.
While the football flies through the air, the forces acting on the football are normal force, applied force, air resistance, and gravity.
The angle determines how far the ball travels. The angle to get the furthest distance is 45 degrees.
The factors that affect the path of the projectile are air resistance and gravity.
The horizontal velocity does not affect the vertical velocity of the projectile. The vertical velocity does not affect the horizontal velocity of the projectile.
The projectile is launched at an angle.